Once upon a time, in a prosperous kingdom called Verdantia, there ruled a wise and brave king named Arion. King Arion was beloved by his people for his fairness, generosity, and dedication to the welfare of his kingdom. Despite his many duties, King Arion made it a point to venture out of his palace and visit the towns and villages to understand the lives of his subjects better. One day, while traveling through a remote village, King Arion overheard a conversation between two farmers. They were discussing the upcoming harvest and the scarcity of water due to a prolonged drought. "If this continues, our crops will fail, and we won't have enough to feed our families," one farmer said worriedly. King Arion returned to his palace, deeply troubled by what he had heard. He summoned his council and discussed the plight of the farmers. His advisors suggested various solutions, but they all seemed inadequate to address the immediate needs of the villagers. Determined to find a solution, King Arion decided to visit the village again, this time in disguise dressed as a common citizen. As he walked through the village, he saw the dry, cracked fields and the anxious faces of the villagers. He approached an elderly man who was drawing water from a nearly empty well. "Good day, sir. I am a traveler seeking wisdom. Can you tell me how the village is coping with the drought?" King Arion asked. The old man sighed and replied, "The drought has been harsh, and we are struggling. But we have heard stories of an ancient underground reservoir hidden somewhere beneath our land. If only we could find it, our problems would be solved." Inspired by the old man's words, King Arion returned to the palace to learn more about the reservoir and ordered a team of the best engineers and laborers to the village. He also invited the village elders to share their knowledge about the ancient reservoir. Together, they began the arduous task of searching for the hidden water source. Days turned into nights, and just when hope seemed to be fading, they struck water. The underground reservoir was found near the mountains, and a new well was built to tap into it. Water gushed out, bringing relief and joy to the entire village. The fields turned green, and the crops began to flourish once more. King Arion revealed his true identity to the villagers, who were astonished and deeply grateful for his efforts. "My dear people," the king said, "it is my duty to serve and protect you. Your well-being is my greatest treasure." The villagers celebrated their newfound prosperity and the wisdom of their king. They built a beautiful fountain in the village square, dedicated to King Arion, as a symbol of gratitude and hope. From that day on, King Arion continued to rule with compassion and humility, always remembering the lesson he learned from the old man. True leadership means being close to the people and understanding their struggles.